All right. So, as you guys probably know, I did not trade live today, but we are back testing, and yeah, we're just gonna see what trades presented themselves today, see what we can learn, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I'm already liking. If you go to the hourly chart, you can see there's a um, pretty obvious 1 hour gap here. The market rejects it very nicely. So I'm jumping down to the low time frame, seeing how did we interact with this. Okay, perfect. And we'll also see if there was an absorption there. So, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna be listening to music and chilling. So, okay. Oh, I should have titled this full week back test. I don't think I did. Whatever. Yeah, from there to there, it's 4 projections. Okay. Starting with this. And as you guys know, I am listening to music, so I'm not talking a lot, that's why. Okay. Let's go ahead and save that. 9:36:30. We got to make a new folder for today. It's kind of interesting because we're landing the 1 hour with the 15 second, but still, I'd say it's valid, honestly. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We do have Cantina on the 1 minute to the upside. That's honestly not bad. I mean, if you simply just targeted that 1 hour unmitigated gap, actually, that's pretty logical. Right, and we were going to check SP Pro. Let's go ahead and check that. Yeah, that 1 minute Cantina is a no-brainer. So we got to go to 8:30. Here it is. And we do have a massive absorption here. And then a massive aggression. Oh, that's perfect. That's literally exactly what you would expect to see. I'll show you guys. Negative 198 absorption. Just the regular kind. And then 170 aggression. Literally perfect. Alright. So yeah, basically here in this situation, you're looking at this 1 hour for value gap. You're basically as your target. Did we have any highs or lows to target? Oh, not that. Yeah, we'd already taken London low. And we were probably delivering from a Reaper. Oh, yeah. That's pretty sweet. Wait, this might be really actually pretty interesting. It looks like a 2022 model as well. Okay, wait, this is a lot more interesting than I thought. Hold on. London external sweep. And we'll check for SMTs. And we'll check for absorptions. Okay, 742. I don't see any abnormal absorption, but that's okay. We definitely have SMT at the low. Okay, that is for sure. Wait, do we? Actually, wait. Sorry, I might take that back. Perfect. Incredible. Just incredible. Look at that. Man, we gotta build this into code. It might have been SMT with London low. Actually, I don't think it was. Nah, once again, you don't absolutely have to have SMT, so it might have been SMT here though. Once again, this is the benefit of getting up super early in the morning, because look at this. Look at how obvious this is. Just break a structure, 2022 gap. And then, oh wow, look at the way we come back and soup 7:30 and the 90-minute true open. Wow, that's cool. And actually, this would be the 90-minute true open. What's the what's the template I saved for internal sweeps? Bang. Bang. That's just incredible. I feel like there's just too much going on here. Yeah, that's sweet. And then delivery off of this imbalance here. Okay, so there's your Cantina. It's also a Reaper Abyss. It's a market maker buy model. It's like a million things. I wish I could make this a little cleaner. Honestly, we don't need that. Let's just only have it be this and this. Just to clean things up. All right, so there's your trade right there, that outside bar. And we do have an absorption there. So this is both Cantina and Reaper Abyss. Bang. It's a really nice target, honestly. I don't know why you would target past that. That's 2.4R. Will this fit here? Nope. So both Cantina and Reaper Abyss. Bang. I wonder if I would have caught that. It's possible. If I was paying attention, definitely a chance I would have caught that. But I was not trading. Same exact screenshot here. 931. Cantina, not Cantina, Reaper Abyss. It is Cantina, I'm just titling it two different things. All right. Where can I learn your strategy? Do you provide videos on your channel? Yeah, I have like tons of short form videos, and I have also tons of long form videos. I'm considering at some point doing a like beginning to end, like full course thing, but I feel like just finished an hour long of backtesting. Heck yeah. But the thing is, one, I want to become super successful before I do that. Otherwise, I end up being a Justin Welling and I be called a scammer, you know, or B, um, you know, I want it to be complete, and so I'm just kind of like waiting a little bit before I make that. But eventually, I do want to make a beginning to end like full course thing. For now, I have plenty of short form videos you can watch. You can watch so many different short form videos. I have videos on everything. So, but for this trade is basically I just found your channel. Never heard the chance to browse through your videos. Yeah, bro, I got so many videos, so go through them all. This trade right here is just an outside bar on the open of the market. This is what I call my Cantina kill shot. So basically, you'll have a candle which takes the prior candle's high and low, and a lot of time it will close aggressively in the direction that you're expecting the market to go. So you can see it closes higher above this high. It doesn't necessarily have to, but a lot of time it will. And so that's what's called an outside bar. When that happens, going into market open or news, a lot of time it's going to deliver the market very aggressively. You can see that's the case, and we're delivering from a key level. This is called a Reaper imbalance here. And for more information on that, you can watch my video on Reapers. It's a members only video, but it's a really, really good video. So, okay, we're going to move on to the next thing. Honestly, the next thing I'm thinking, we're going to take a look at this 2022 model here. We got the outside bar. We could look and see if there's a low time frame trade off of this. And nothing, there is a change in state, but it's nothing crazy. So let's just go ahead and move on to this 2022 model here. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing good. I've been being a little more consistent with the live trading and the back testing, but still definitely not perfect. Still got to work on it. There's a lot of work to do with being more consistent. And so one day at a time, I'm going to get there, guys. I will. Oh, and my AirPod died. Nice. But yeah, I really got to work on being more consistent. It's so hard, guys. Okay. Wish you luck, bro. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. That means a lot. So we had this overnight range here. Today was an AMD day, pretty clearly, actually. So we'll look at that as a daily profile as well. We have this giant accumulation range. Basically London. From 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. It's just this giant accumulation range. We honestly might even use we might use the stat map level here. Let's go ahead and see. Pulling up stat map here. Session stat map. Almost. We get close. We hit London stat map distribution. That's cool. And we do use this 15-minute gap here. Bang. There you go. Wow. Honestly, I wish I traded today because this looks like a really, really cool day, honestly. Yo, if we got multiple FEGs stacked on top of each other, which inversion do we go off of? That is a great question. And that is 100% gonna come down to a lot of experience. There's usually if you had to choose one or the other, the default answer is gonna be you want to wait for them all to be inversed, right? But at the highest level, it gets kind of complicated because it's all based off of the draw on liquidity. If the draw on liquidity is obvious, you could take the lower one with the external one still not broken. If you have conviction that it's gonna break and you go break even at the upper gap, then you could target the draw on liquidity further out and you could be fine. And so it can, a lot of the time, it's not so straightforward. It's not so, a lot of people make it out to be like, oh, it's just one simple answer. It's like all mechanical. It's like, no, it's kind of like how like the best chess player or the best wrestler or the best whatever, it's not always it's not the same thing every time. It looks a little different, right? But if you had to choose like which is usually better, usually you want to wait for all external gaps to get broken. So like the upper gap. Usually you would want, so if we have a sweep and we have two for value gaps, usually you would want to wait for both the lower and the upper to get inversed. And I can give you an example of that. Like, check this out. So like, I'm kind of distracted with this right now, but we could take a look at something else right now. So let's see. Let's find an example. There'll probably be an example here. So like for instance, like over here, the market's not ready to go up. We have this external gap, we have this external gap, we have this external gap, right? Do you see how many external gaps we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So even though the market inverses this and actually inverses this eventually, this one actually rejects us back down and we have to resweep the lows. But if you just waited for this external gap to get inversed on this outside bar right here, then this would have been a 10-hour trade, right? So if I had to pick a default answer, the answer is going to be wait for the upper external gap to get inversed. And you see how this is a better trade than this one getting inversed? Because now we have all these low resistant highs. You have this high. You have the 4-hour gap above. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't take an inversion from down here. For instance, this one is good. Why? Because time and price are aligned, right? We've had an external sweep of London lows. We've had an internal sweep as well. We're delivering from this 1 hour gap. And not only that, but we've had a break of structure right here, displacement higher, retracement back into what? A fair value gap? What's this? This is a 2022 model. Okay. Now we get an inversion off of that. Bang. That's a 15-hour trade right there. You get what I'm saying? So it's not always super straightforward, because now when you take this, you might say, oh, well, there's still this external gap here. Well, now at this point, you're going off of your own conviction that this should get broken at this point, because now we've had the full model basically form. So you're like, okay, this is probably going to break. If it doesn't, I can go break even here. And if it gets break evened out, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. And yes, go off the highest time frame gap. That is 100% right. That's the default answer. Once again, you don't necessarily have to. It's like there's the default answer, and then there's the, well, technically there's the, well, technically answer, right? Technically, you could front run the higher time frame gap when you have conviction, and when you can tell that we're getting fast enough displacement that the higher time frame gap is not going to inverse by the time that we hit the draw on liquidity. Like, for instance, let's say the 3 minute, you can tell it's a 3 minute external gap, and the 1 minute's closing. The 1 minute closes, and you can tell that we're getting so much displacement that if you tried to wait for the 3 minute to close, you're not going to get an entry. Like, there's certain contexts where it's okay. Thanks, I get it. So it's a lot of conviction, and usually, like, it's the safest play if all of them are inversed. Exactly. And it's like, you know, if it were simple, if it were literally just robot do this, robot do that, then everyone would be successful. But it's not that simple. It's a lot of if-thens, a lot of context, a lot of, it's like literally at the highest level, it's like a professional anything, a professional golfer, a professional bowler. They understand what trades look better than others, or what little small tweaks are better than others, and they all add up. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, you have this buy model here. So once again, this, we could actually make a little drawing about this here. Bang. So yeah, I like that trade. You basically have delivery from this fair value gap here. It's a 2022 gap, higher time frame buy model, anticipating external gap to be broken. Delivery from this. Bang, bang. Bang. 4-hour unmitigated gap. I mean 1 hour unmitigated gap. Bang. I need advice. Watch the video online and need someone said backtesting is just a waste of time. What are your thoughts? My thoughts are ignore everyone. Right? 99% of people are unprofitable. Well, I mean, not 99%, but 95% of people are unprofitable. So why are we listening to just some random person just on the internet? If statistically, if 95% of people are unprofitable, why don't we just trust ourselves and learn the market for ourselves? Like, when you don't know who to trust yourself. Trust your own judgment and learn from it. Learn from it. Get better. Learn from your own judgment. Get better at your own judgment. And eventually, by doing that, you don't have to trust anyone. You can just learn the markets for yourself. That's what I would say, right? Don't trust this random dude, okay? He's, once again, 95% of people unprofitable, probably more. So, what's your strat? Is it just sweep, tap into higher time frame effigy, then inverse of the highest time frame gap? I have lots of different ways I enter. At the end of the day, it's all just time frame alignment and liquidity. So we could be looking at an inversion for value gap. It could be a change state delivery. Could be a rejection block. Could be outside bar. Could be a pin bar. I really don't care how I enter, and it's not a very common opinion. Most people like one specific type of entry model. My thing is I'm looking at the actual chart, the drawn liquidity, and I'm actually just going off of like, what does the market want to do? Okay, how do I enter? Okay, I'm just waiting for time and price to align here. Like for instance, right here, time and price are aligned. You get what I'm saying? So this would be an entry off an IFG here. Okay, we're gonna screenshot this here. Bang. So a couple different ways you can take this. You can take this as a inversion. You can just take this as a 2022 model. This would be actually pretty early, so most likely you wouldn't get this entry, but you know, maybe you do. So I'm just gonna call this market maker buy model in the morning prior to market open. Right here, you got the sell side of the curve. Okay, you got the sell side. You got the buy side. Once again, we're just waiting for time and price to align. So even though we got this external gap, we got decent LRLR above it. Okay. So I know if it does break, we should just continue and expand aggressively. And that's exactly what happens. Bang. You get what I'm saying? Bang. Can we take trades if the gap has already been tapped before, or does it always have to be tapped or unfilled? Wait. Can we take trades if the gap has already been tapped before? Oh, yeah, so that's a huge misconception. Bro, I actually have a great video for you to watch. So, it's actually the opposite. It took me about a year and a half, 2 years to learn this, but it's actually the opposite. It's the exact opposite. So, the more times we use a fair value gap, and we deliver off of it after sweeping liquidity into it over and over again, the more times we've actually used a fair value gap, it creates a stronger fair value gap, a stronger key level, a stronger higher time frame key level. So check this out. I'm going to do a part 2 on this eventually. I literally have just been super busy, haven't had time to make short form videos, but I'm going to make a part 2 on this type of concept eventually. I called it reused for value gaps, but it's actually called a reclaimed for value gaps. This is the video. Watch this. So right here. But I actually learned that, yeah, I have an update to that video. I've been meaning to make it. I just haven't yet. I've been meaning to make a lot of things that I haven't been doing, but whatever. It's one step at a time, guys. One step at a time. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that video will help you, bro. That honestly blew my mind when I first started understanding that, and it upgraded my trading big time. So let me finish. Let me take a screenshot of this here. Yeah, I'm constantly learning. Like back then, I called it reused for value gaps. Did not realize that there's a real term for it. It's called a reclaimed for value gap. So, but you know what? That's part of the learning process. Took a picture of that. Bang. Market maker buy mode. I'm gonna read your comment in a second. I still see it. Also, for trades based off of inversions, it have to be off liquidity sweep, right? Like when you draw on liquidity to get tapped into and swept. You know, everything's a confluence. So like people like always ask me, do you have to have SMT? Do you have to have a liquidity sweep? Do you have to have delivery from a fair value gap? Do you have to have low resistant liquidity? Do you have to have all external gaps be broken? Like guys, it's confluences that increase the probability, but if there's something that is screaming at you, and if it doesn't have like one tiny detail, it's still good. Like for instance, right here, like this outside bar, I talked about this, Cantina. You could, maybe there was a 5-minute external gap we hadn't broken, but I know when this gets closed and we have this really obvious strong liquidity, that we're going to deliver up, okay? So it's not always just like I have to have every little thing. Like sometimes you just got to go off of the signature and the context and trust your backtesting. So, but usually you do want to have a liquidity sweep. I would say like 9 times out of 10 you want to have a liquidity sweep. This one doesn't, but the reason it doesn't, well, it kind of does right here, but the reason it doesn't is because it's already had a liquidity sweep here, and now it's delivering from a 2022 gap. Do you mind explaining SMT? Like, can it be a good confluence for your trade? Yeah, of course. Also here, this is interesting. I think I would take profit at these low resistant highs, just because 3R is plenty, and we do have this external gap here. SMT, yeah. So SMT is actually pretty simple. It's literally just when one asset makes a higher high, another asset makes a lower high, and they're correlated assets. So Nasdaq makes a higher high, S&P makes a lower high. That would be SMT, and vice versa for lows. So if Nasdaq makes a lower low, if S&P makes a higher low, that's SMT. If Nasdaq makes a if Nasdaq makes a lower low and S&P makes a higher low, that's still S&T. If you know what I mean. So it's when they diverge, when one makes higher, when correlated assets, one makes a higher low and one makes a lower low, or one makes a higher high and another makes a lower high. And I could watch my video on S&T, bro. It's gonna make more sense if you just watch that. Okay, so 903. This is a inversion for value gap on the 1 minute. And we can also call this a 2022 plus. So 2022 plus, guys, is basically just a 2022 for value gap, and we get an entry delivering off of it. Okay, 903. 00, 2022 plus 1 minute. Aligning the 1 minute with the 1 minute. I don't usually do that, but whatever. And then I just want to show real quick that you could have also just been like, hey, this is a 2022 model. Let's literally just enter on the fair value gap. And you know what? This is just how some people trade, and that's cool, you know. And then we'll move on. We'll look at something else. Oh, let's look at I actually don't mind this idea of taking this external gap outside bar that breaks. I don't mind that. I think that's actually a pretty simple way to get in on the move, in all honesty. 856. 2022 model on the 1 minute. And you could also look for a 5. Oh, we should. I actually am changing my mind. Let's look for a 1 hour, 5 minute trade here. Oh, this is not a 1 hour for value gap. What am I saying? Well, actually, it kind of is. I think I met a 15-minute gap. Whatever. Man, I love backtesting. Yeah, so we got this. This is a nice change in state right here. So you can take this as flow state. Oh, I forgot to mark out the absorption on that cantina. Dang. We could look at that next. Yeah, you can project this out. My guess is we go 8 projections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just heard 7 here. Beautiful. Just imagine like a trade like that once a day. That'd be incredible. Oh, you only would need to be right 1 in 7 times. Pretty sweet. Easier said than done, though, and you know how much time it takes to actually get good at live trading instead of back testing. It's a lot harder. Let's just say that. Oh man, gotta plug my laptop in. Yeah, 15-minute aligned with the 1 minute. Come on, let me screenshot it. There's literally no drawdown on that. And it's at a digital root of 9. Flow state. 15-minute gap line with the 1 minute. Digital root of 9. We'll also put this in the standard deviation video. Bang. Okay. Right, I wanted to mark out that cantina with the absorption. So let's maybe I should make a market recap for today. Probably help. That might not be a bad idea. Come on. So yeah, here's the absorption and aggression. I was live trading the other day, and Effa was like, "Oh dang, you got the right candle delta." So, what am I even looking at when I'm talking about absorption and aggression? Okay, let me explain. So, let me screenshot this. You have market sells into the sweep, and Dodgy made a tweet about this today actually. But he said, once you understand order flow, you actually understand ICT better, and it's very true. And specific example is this right here. But it's not letting me screenshot. Oh, and I think Javier was telling me like this is bullish, right? You know what? That's actually kind of interesting. Right. So you have selling of $198 into the liquidity sweep. I actually might tweet this real quick. and then you have smart money giving aggression off of it. I'm gonna tweet this real quick. Just keep going, 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 keep going. Never stop. Never stop. Okay, I'm gonna tweet this because I need more tweets for today. Okay, it's taking a second to load. Okay, this is what I'm posting. I might take a break for a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a bit. And if you're not following me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. I need more followers. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I need to ask Javier a question. Because we have this really interesting thing that Javier showed me. Let's ask him. So yeah, Javier the other day sent me a little PDF of a couple let's see. A couple scenarios that can occur in SB Pro. One of them, very interesting to me, looks like very similar to what happened. What you see, bubbles print at the high of each bar and the next bar opens above them. Deltas. This is aggression, okay? That's what this is. This is an aggression. This is very interesting. This is exactly what we had happen. This whole move up is literally aggression. And let's see if we can get that image pulled up. And why aren't the candles here? What's going on? An app crashed. Oh no. I'm telling you, every day I backtest, I learn something. Well, maybe not every day, but most days I learn something. Here's the example of what I'm learning today, okay? This is a specific kind of aggression that happens when you're looking at the low time frame of it. Very interesting. Very. Very fascinating. Very interesting. Aggression. What aggression looks like on the low time frame. Javier PDF number example 5. That's cool. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, 2022 model. What else do we look at? Oh, We could take a look at this. Remember we talked about how this getting inversed on the 1 minute. If you liked that, you could take that. Beautiful backfill of it too. It's almost an external gap inversion. It's almost what it is. It's also my new term from yesterday that I discovered. The inversion for value gap crossfire, meaning we have a inversion for value gap, but we also have an outside bar as well, and they happen at the same time. That's sweet. And delivery from this volume balance too. Kind of want to include that. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. All these highs kind of low resistant. Oh. right, screenshotting that. 923. Let's look at something else. I think something after market open, honestly, at this point. 923.00 IFGX on the 1 minute. $923.00. Yep, perfect. So, any first center for value gap right here. Yeah, so it inverses. That's kind of a simple trade, but it works. Is there a volume imbalance down there? No. Yeah, that's overlapped, so I wouldn't consider that. Okay. And then, yeah, if you want, you could have it be like this whole thing is an inversion for value gap, technically. But we don't even come back at all. But when we inverse this, it's game over. I don't get why more people don't do what I do. Like, everyone's always complaining, like, oh, well, the market did this today, and I don't get why. It's like, study, bro. What's the issue? Sorry if this is boring. I'm just listening to music. I should probably be more focused on talking. It's whatever. I would consider this a one set it for life for 1R or 1.5R. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop listening to music. So yeah. Basically, it's also a dodgy one set it for life with market open low. $9.39. 1p IFG 1 minute. And I'll also consider it a dodgy one set for life. So both dodgy one setup for life and also for send for value conversion. It's both 93900 1 SFL IFG one setup for life and on the 1 minute. And then if you took it like that, no drawdown, basically. Okay, let's look at something else. Yeah, so 2022 model there. That's all cool. We talked about the 15-minute, 1 minute trade. Nice 5-minute outside bar here. That's actually pretty sweet. External and internal sweeps and an outside bar. I feel like we should look at something else later on in the day though. Let's move on. That 5-minute outside bar is good though. We're just ready to move on. Is there any opening gap here? No. Okay, how's the RTH gap? It was to the downside. Oh, okay. It got filled pretty quickly, looks like. Wow. My guess is also a 5-minute gap. Yeah, like maybe this 5-minute gap here. Let's see. Yeah. You know what's something that I've thought of before? Maybe not. Maybe actually I haven't thought of this actually, but it's an interesting idea that I want to think about is, can we project out the RTH gap? Like, I wonder if this went like half a projection or something. Let's make sure we have this exact from close to open. It kind of works. Okay, session stat map, not too helpful. How about stat map in general? Hey, that's crazy. And I need to officially make a model for like trades off of stat map levels, because I swear it's like it does happen a bit. We'll think about it. What is this? Daily D plus. I mean, daily D plus to RTH fill. That's really cool. I actually think I did make a model for this a while ago. It's like 2 months ago. Should I look it up? I actually do think I did make a model for this. Let's see if we can find it and then reverse engineer the trade. Stat map level model. Need to look for my old notes on this. Okay, let's just look for everything that has stat map. I called it the stat map slam. Okay, what even... So this was... Yeah, this was the original idea of the stat map model. I think stat map slam... Okay, I think it's good, but I think it should be... Use a stat map level. But it can be... anything. It could be any entry. So this is the official notes for this new model. Okay, so this is stat map slam. What day was this on? I'm actually so curious now. Must have been 2 months ago at least. Wow, like 2.5 months ago. Crazy. Stuff from 2.5 months ago. It's like, it's still relevant. I just haven't been backtesting as much, so. So we're gonna do use stat map level as high time frame PD array, IFG, CSD, outside bar, pin bar, or PSP off of it. Hey, Javier. Bro, it's been lonely. No one's been watching the stream. No one's been here. Dude, how are you? So I'm officially making this. I took some notes on this 2.5 months ago. But now I'm finally making it. I'm finally making it official. This is a thing. I just hadn't gotten around to formalizing it, but this is the stat map slam. I haven't talked about it. I talked about it randomly backtesting 2.5 months ago, and I saw us nicely use this, and I'm like, all right, cool. So this is my stat map slam model. There's the notes on it. And then also, I would like to put this in my other notes for advanced models. So let me go ahead and do that. What did you think of the market today? It would have been nice to be on the charts today, but I hate simulating my trades instead of taking them for real. So, okay. Um, Stat map slam. Um, Use stat map level as high time frame PD array, IPG, CASD 2022 for value gap, outside bar, pin bar, or PSP off of it. Okay, so I think that's good, right? That's good for my notes. Stat map levels, high time frame PD array, IPG, CSD 2022 for value gap, outside bar, pin bar, or PSP off of it. Perfect. Okay, sent you a Discord, sent you a sample of absorption on Discord. Oh, perfect. Let's go and look at that. Check the image. That's interesting. It's like an S&T with absorption. I'm gonna put that in my notes. When this happened, FA's ATR is very useful as well to look for reversals. Okay, is this in SB Pro X? Okay, S&T with cumulative delta is absorption. Man, so now I need another whole thing in SB Pro. Right now I have. Oh, I already have cumulative delta. Oh, I already have it. No, but mine's candle by candle. Yours is is what's it called? Yours is adding up all of them combined. Let me see if I can pull it up. 2.3% move for the average ATR. Can you maybe send me some screenshots on that because I'd love to learn more about that. Ooh. Always learning, bro. Always learning. I think it's this. Okay, so now we have another helpful thing. Except I can't zoom in on it, so I can't really see it. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's literally really hard to see, honestly. I can't see anything. But I get the idea. I get the idea. I'm gonna have that just be optional. Could be helpful. There's probably a way to have it look a little nicer as well. Alright. Okay, switching back. Did you notice anything interesting about today? Like, anything that you liked from today? So yeah, this would be an example of stat map slam, right? And then just down to the RTH fill. It's basically, it's an algo's OB model with stat map. Bang, stat map slam. Okay, screenshotting that. And let's talk about the daily profile. So daily profile was AMD day. Textbook Judas swing, market open. Literally, like, it's like so much of the time it's like the same thing. So many days in a row, it's like the same thing. Not at days in a row, but so much of the time, it just these patterns repeat over and over again. Right. 9:36:30. Stat map slam. Stat map slam. Hey Jake, how was the week? It was fine. I really didn't trade that much this week, and that's my own fault. Yeah, but you know, we keep moving, we keep learning, we keep getting better. So, it was fine though. How was your week? Nothing crazy, just constantly adapting, learning, growing, and just getting better with this. So this is daily D plus. How did I notate it before? Daily D plus. Let's look. So I'm for those who can't, I guess, like, you can't see my screen. I'm trying to notate this. This is something that I talked about quite a long time ago. But I never officially formalized it, and now I am doing that because I've seen it happen in the market enough times. It's a daily D plus, and then we lined this with a 15-second change in state. Bang. Okay, saving that. See, I want to learn FA's ATR thing. That'd be cool. I just passed my first eval after blowing multiple accounts. Hey, there you go. That's right. You just keep moving. You just keep moving, man. When the going gets tough, you get tougher. I literally just made it. I was not meaning that to be cheesy. It literally just came out, but it's true, bro. Like, we just keep learning, keep growing. Like, I didn't have a perfect week this week, and but I learned a new risk management tool, which is that I'm always going to have my daily loss limit be my stop loss. I'm no longer doing my manual stop losses just because it's just not it's not good, because then if I don't have a then if the daily loss limit doesn't stop me out, then I'm technically not locked out of the account, which is a big issue because I need to make sure after that first trade, if it's a loss, I'm locked out of the account. Sent ATR sample, sweet. Nice inversion here on the 15-second. I bet you there was absorption there too. Okay, let's look at something else now. My guess is I just keep getting distracted, but it's just so cool, all the stuff that happens. Like, wow, yeah, would you look at that? Almost like it's perfect, huh? Yeah, so I guess I am going to note this trade here. Now, yeah, look at the true opens. Look at the perfection in these markets, guys. I would just say target this high. Or actually, no, back to true week open. Actually, I like that. And then let's check to see if there was absorption. So if you don't see it, it's an inversion here. Sweep of equal lows. It's a little risky because you're in such a downtrend, but I love the way that we manipulate these true opens here. I just want to see if this was, hey, of course, bro. I want to see if this was an absorption. If it was, then I think we have a lot of conviction for this to be. Oh, I'm literally looking at it on my screen right now. This was the most massive absorption in the history of absorption. This is like, oh my gosh. Look at this. Yeah, no wonder this long worked. Zoom in. Oh, 165 seller of a whale, and then we have all of this. That's a lot. And it's below the true opens. And let's check to see if we're delivering from a fair value gap. And maybe if we had an external sweep. This one's just a scalp, guys. I honestly wouldn't go past the true week open here. I'll just take this back up to true week open because we're in a downtrend. So you have 18 o'clock. Monday, true week open. Okay, let's go the 5 minute, kind of see, was there like a 5 minute gap here? Yeah, there definitely was. Look at that. And I'll look at that message you sent, Javier. We might actually want to include this whole range here to here. And actually, maybe you actually want to include this. Yeah. That's how I would do it. Maybe not perfect use of it, but still. So this would just be a low time frame scalp. There's this as well, but this one's objectively better than this one because this one has more accumulation to it. This one's still not amazing because it's just such a downtrend, but it's okay. What time was this at? 10:13. Yeah, I'm still gonna look at what you sent, Javier. And then 10:14. And if you want access to any of my True Open stuff, it's you get access to all of it with the membership. So I'm still trying to get the snapshot one uploaded, but I will eventually. Oh, we're gonna need to make a new. Oh, nope. Actually, that was the wrong time. 10:14. gonna just make this like a different color because it's just like, in this case, it's not really going to be used as a normal true open. We're using it as a draw because we know if we're bearish that we'll at least return back up here, soup it, and then go lower. So I honestly just want to add up these numbers here. 280 plus 269. Plus 54. What's 54 plus 280 plus 269?
54 plus 280 plus 269 is 603.
Huge absorption. That's massive. That's why I like it. And then, yeah, back up to the true open. That's how I would take this. And we're below all the high time frame ones, of course. I wouldn't go past the true open. I mean, there's this one that's decent, but this one's objectively better. That's crazy that trade, it feels like a tiny scalp, but it's still 2.5 hour trade. It doesn't feel like it because it's that low time frame. It is. Let's check standard deviations. I still need to make the standard deviation video. Yeah, check that out. If you go there, 3 projections is right there, 4 projections. That's awesome. That is sweet. Also, I'm gonna do backtesting at the dunes soon. I've been meaning to do that live stream for like 8 months, but I will do it eventually. First, I'm saving this for the standard deviation video. I'm just collecting stuff for it. I already have it filmed. I just need to edit it. I need to film this vid on standard deviations, honestly. Not film, I need to edit it. I'm starting to get enough footage with it, honestly. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Come on. There we go. Hey, so there was probably a short here that failed. Oh yeah, Javier, you sent the ATR sample. That's the thing I wanted to look at. Okay, let me finish saving this trade. This is 10/17/15 on Friday. Flow state, 1 minute, no, 5 minute implied fair value gap aligned with the 15-second. Just keep moving, just keep moving. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and look at the thing that Javier sent. Why is my computer being slow? What is this, Javier? I don't understand. Oh. We tapped the red line. Yeah. Man, this one was tricky. RTH got filled, but no reversal. Right, let's also look at the daily profile as well. So as I've been saying, just AMD day. So this is what I call daily profile number 3. I'm gonna also start making since I haven't heard them from ICT, I'm gonna start naming the session profiles as well. I think I call them session profile. Oh no, I call them intraday profiles. So I could call it New York right, and then you have a 1 hour PD array. I'm just gonna call it New York intraday profiles. but I am gonna name them because I've seen them happen enough. And I don't know what the ICT name. And then yeah, basically 3-minute inversion. Oh, I guess 2-minute. We hit the stat map level. Maybe actually even event horizon quarter. And then down to these lows. Right, so you just have this whole range. Basically, we sweep out the range highs. And then yeah, basically the target would be maybe actually the end dog. That's interesting. Yeah, that was definitely the target. you could consider this whole thing a low resistant thing. Right. Definitely an AMD day. I mean, you could call it New York reversal, but in my opinion, New York reversal is more like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. reversal. Yeah, the RTH gap below as well. And that's how you trade, well, let's actually just screenshot it again. That's cool. There's like no drawdown on that. So yeah, I'm actually gonna officially name the New York intraday profiles. So yeah, the New York intraday profiles, I'm gonna have, there's basically gonna be three. There's gonna be number 1, market Judas. These are just my own names for them. And I feel like sometimes with these, you can have more, like a few of these on the same day. Or a couple, I don't even know. These are just the names I'm giving them. But I think you guys know what this was. Market open Judas, right? Yeah, so then if we go low time frame, we could just trade this pretty easily as market open Judas through just the change in state here. And the RTH fill. I feel like this should be like what, 75, maybe 50%, maybe 70%. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. I might make all of these right now. Just so I have the templates for the future. Did I save that? And then we'll do the same thing with red. I want all the templates pre-made so they all look the same. Wait, would that be right? Oh, no, it wouldn't be right. It needs to look like that. And no one's even here, so I don't even know why I'm still trying. Well, I don't actually mind the light. I mean, those are the main ones I use. I'm not really going to be using much more than that, honestly. Okay. Alright. Just marked off some stuff from my to-do list. I've definitely got enough backtesting in. Yeah. Might take another break, guys. I wish there was an easier way to see SMTs while backtesting. Like, you know what would be cool? An SMT indicator that's like this ghost indicator where I pull this to a specific time and it snapshots the SMTs. Well, let's just see if ChatGPT can code me an SMT indicator. Or is that too much to ask? Can you code me my own SMT indicator like this one, which let's see. Basically is a really accurate and I might be done. I might be done backtesting. I'm gonna be continuing to work, but I'm gonna be doing my own stuff. I'll see you guys.